So this week mainly it is the lab is focused on operator precedence and some basic programs like prime number and Fibonacci series that you should know. So let's start with operator precedence. So how many of you have read about it? You can raise your hand. Hello? Hello? Okay, fine. So only one person. So let's start. So basically, I will show you on my screen. Uh, you can see it from Dennis Ritchie, also any C programming book. This is how the operator precedence is decided in C language. Remember how we used to do in the math Bode-Maas rule while solving any equation. So in C programming, this is the operator precedence rule. So basically, uh, these are the many operators. Percentage is mod that you have read in the last lab. Okay, these are shift operator and these are conditional operator. So we'll come to that later. So let's begin with the increment operator. So basically, like if I have a number, let's say I wait. Okay. So here, so you can see the program, right? I declared a variable x and I assigned the value 1 to it. Now when I will print the value of x, it will simply print 1. Now when I ask you to like add 1 to x, so for that you can what you can do is x equal to x plus 1. So it will simply change x to 2, whatever it was initially plus 1. Okay. So do we always have to do like x equal to x plus 1? So the replacement of doing it is uh, the increment operator basically. That is plus plus. So you can simply do x plus plus or plus plus x. Both would work. Okay. So here what will happen is it will increment value of x by 1, x plus plus and plus plus x. So now you must be thinking what is the difference between that x plus plus and plus plus x. So basically it is the post increment operator and it is pre increment operator. You can see here in this operator present, but I will zoom it. Yeah, so it is postfix increment and prefix increment. So what happens is in both the cases x will be increment to 1, x will be increment by 1, but what is the difference? So let's say you want the changed value to be assigned to some value, like if I write into y equal to x plus plus. Okay, so what will happen? And similarly here into y equal to plus plus x. So basically, what was x here? X was 1. So when I declare y equal to x plus plus, so x plus plus will increment the value of x by 1. But since we are assigning it to y and it is a postfix increment, so what will happen is first the initial value of x will be assigned to y and then x will be incremented. So the value will be like y equals to 1 and then x equal to 2. So you can see how we are going to proceed. Like if it is y equal to x plus plus, then first initial value of x is assigned to y and then x is incremented. But if we check the situation here into y equal to plus plus x, so what will happen is plus plus x has more precedence than x plus plus. So before we assign to y, x will be incremented, x equal to 2, and then y will be 2 will be assigned to y. So this will be the only change that will happen here. So that's the very basic difference when you can see in postfix increment and prefix increment operator. Similarly, it will go with for decrement it is minus minus x and x minus minus. So that's the only core concept you need to remember. Like while assigning, how you have to take this thing into account. So anyone has any doubt till now in postfix and prefix? Then we should move with the example given in the lab questions. Okay, fine. So I guess it is clear to you. So let's begin with some questions. Let's take this first example. Okay. So here what is happening is you have assigned 1 to I, j 1 to j, and you have declared two other variable k and l here. Then you have written k equal to I plus minus minus j, l equal to I minus plus minus minus j. So what would be its output? Let's see this case here. K equals I plus minus minus j. So from the operator precedence here, you can see that plus plus has more precedence than simple add, multiply, subtract, divide, and modulo. You can see here. So basically, what will happen is first this decrement operator will be executed in the compiler. Okay, and then I will be added to the decremented value since it is minus minus j. You can see here. It's not j minus minus, it is minus minus j. So what will happen here is first j will be changed to 0 from 1 and I was simply 1, then k will be equal to 1 plus 0, that is 1. It should be in the first case. Now anybody has any doubt like how j will be equals to 0 and k will be equals to 1? Okay, fine. So what will happen in this question? L equals to, you tell me what will be the value of L here. I told you about J and K.
One.
They will be, anyone else?
0.
So 0.
0. Okay. So how many of you are saying 1 and how many of you are saying 0?
Said 0.
Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, so those of you who thinks it is 1, how many of you are? Who is not getting 0 and who is getting 1? Okay, 1, 2. Okay, so let's try to execute it. L equals to I minus minus plus minus minus j. Okay, so first tell me what will happen if you are given to execute. There is no compiler. Okay, you are solving it like some board math. Okay, so what will you do first if you are given this equation? Yeah, Samiksha, you can unmute and say, and Himanshu. Let's solve it together.
So first the decrement operator will work.
Which decrement? Like I minus minus or minus minus j?
Minus minus j.
Okay. So j will be what will be the value of j here? J will be equals to -1.
So j is 1. Oh yes, -1. Sorry.
Okay. And then you can see there is I minus minus. It has greater precedent over plus, so it will be executed. But you can see here it is being assigned to something. L equals I minus minus. It is simply not I minus minus. So what will happen is while executing this, I will definitely change to 0. It was I was 1 initially. I will be changed to 0. But while solving this equation, since it is being assigned to L, the value of I that will be taken here is 1 only. The decrement operator will work later, but I minus minus, we will simply take 1 and then decrement will happen, and 1 plus -1 would be equals to 0. Do you get it,
Yes, sir.
Himanshu?
सर एक बार वो क्वेश्चन दिखाना, एक चीज पूछनी थी सर। आई माइनस माइनस तो हमने पहले 1 लिया, फिर माइनस माइनस करेंगे तो 0 आएगा, लेकिन यहाँ पे हम 1 ही लेंगे क्योंकि आई माइनस माइनस, अगर माइनस माइनस आई होता तो 0 लेते हैं, है ना?
जस्ट बिकॉज वो असाइन हो रहा है।
हाँ, और सर जो माइनस माइनस जो है वो 0 नहीं होना चाहिए, 1 थी और -1 कर दिया तो 0 हो गई।
माइनस जी यहाँ पर 0 हो चुका है ऑलरेडी, और फिर यहाँ पे तो यहाँ -1 होगा ना।
अच्छा, इसके जस्ट बाद है। ओके ओके सर।
ओके फाइन। So anyone still has any doubt in this part? Okay, no one. So let's take one more example, then we can. Let's take second one. Everybody, please solve it. What's the value of x and z? Okay. Execute for this statement only. X z equal to x plus plus -1. What would be the value of x and z for first statement only?
So 2 and 0.
Z both will be 1.
Both will be 1.
X will be 2 and Z will be 0.
यस सर, x2 z0।
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, x to z0. Anyone has any other answer? No. Okay. Then that is right. X would be 2. Why? Because x plus plus, and since it is being assigned to z, so we will take the initial value of x, that is 1. So 1 minus minus, that will make z 0, and x will be incremented, that will make x 2. So basically x equals 2 and z equals 0 here. Okay. What about this one? First, you know what this operator is, plus equals to. So plus equals to is basically, if I say a plus equals to 2, it is a equals to a plus 2. Okay, it's another way of writing it. So execute this statement. Z equals to this one, and tell me the value of x and z.
Sir, x3 z0.
Okay. Anyone else? Take your time. What about others? Only 1% is the answer. Hello?
Sir, x1 z0.
Okay, so let's write your answer. X1 Z0. What was the one another answer? X3 Z0. Okay.
x3 z1.
Okay, one more answer.
Sir, x3 z0.
Okay. Everybody is not answering, so you guys are facing some problem in solving it. Could take one more minute. Okay. So anyone else who has done it?
Yes, sir, x3 and z0.
Okay. Okay, so let's solve it. I think many of you are not able to do it. So you can see z plus equals to minus x plus, then there is simple plus, then plus y. So according to operator precedent, what should happen first? In this equation, z plus equals to, what should be executed first?
Plus y.
Plus y. Fine. So what will the equation will be? Z plus equals to minus x plus and then plus, what would be the plus y? Y was 1 initially,
2.
so 2. So the equation came down to this. Okay. Now what will happen? By the way, the value of y has changed. Okay. Y equals to 2 here. Since y was 1 initially, you have applied the increment operator, so it has changed to 2. Okay. Now what is the next step?
The negative x will be added to 2. The current value of x without increasing.
No, but there is one more post increment operator. You can.
What, sir? That would increase the value of x after this equation.
Yeah, but okay, that is fine. But what will be the equation? Z plus equals to, if I write, what
Minus
is what?
2 plus 2.
Minus 2 plus 2. And what is the value of x?
3.
3. This statement, is this clear to everybody? Z plus equals to minus 2 plus 2 and x is equals to 3.
Yes, sir.
If you have any doubt, you can say who is not getting how it's done. Z plus equals to minus 2 plus 2. So what basically is happening is z equals to minus x plus plus. So x will be increment, that is for sure. So x will be equals to 3. But since it is being assigned, we will take initial value of x, that is 2. And there is minus sign before x, so it is simply z equals to minus 2. And here plus then 2. So now what was z initially? Z was 0 here. Okay. So simply we are adding 0 to 0. So z is equals to 0 and x equals to 3. So this will be the right answer. X equals to 3, z equals to 0. So those of you who are getting x equals 1, z equals 0 and x equals 3, z equals to 1. Do you get what was your mistake? Those of you who are getting x equals 1, z equals 0 and any answer different than this, is it now clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, fine. So I guess everybody has understood how this increment and decrement operator will happen. So one last thing, let's solve it also. Just simply tell what will be the answer of z for this statement. Z
1.
equals to x 1. Okay, any other answer?
Sir, 0.
0. Okay.
Sir, 0. 0, sir. 0.
0. So many people are saying 0, 1. So let's see what will happen first if you are going to solve it.
Increment.
Increment will happen first because it has greater precedence over division. So the value of x will be changed to, it was 3 initially.
4.
4.
4.
So now what is the equation? Z equals to, what was x? X is 4 here. X has
4.
changed to 4.
Yeah.
4 divided by
4.
4. So z equals to 1. It won't be 0. It's not like that the change will be reflected only here. You are changing the value of x. So when it is changed to 4, then this x will also be replaced by 4. Because in memory, whatever the value x was storing is now changed. So while solving, you will go to memory and take that value. So you will take 4 here also, and here it was 4 by solving. So that would simply 1. So is it clear, those of you who are getting 0?
Yes, sir.
Anyone has any doubt in this x by plus plus x? Okay. So I think this is now clear to you. So try to solve as many questions as you can. Okay. There are many examples given. We will move to other one. So I'm moving to other programs. So I guess it is clear to you. If anyone has still some doubt, they can ask me. So we should move to other question. Okay, no one. This is number system conversion. So this, I guess many of you would already be knowing how to solve it. How many of you know this number system conversion? Okay, only one. Fine, we'll see. So how will you convert binary to decimal? Just tell me. Anyone has any idea how will you convert a binary number to a decimal number?
So to divide by 2 and finding the remainder 1, 1 and 0, whatever.
Oh, you are converting from binary to decimal, not decimal to binary.
Oh, sorry.
Um, okay, we can just AND the number by 1 with 1, and we can check if the last bit is 1 or 0. If it is, and if it is 0, and we can also keep a track of the power of the two to be multiplied. So if it is 1, we can multiply at the power with it with the power of 2 and add it to the number, and if it is 0, we just ignore it, and we keep increasing that power by 1 for each cycle. And the condition should be we can use a while loop with the condition that till the given binary number is greater than 0. So we can just right shift it by 1 for every iteration.
So I think let's keep it simple for those who don't know already. Okay. So what will basically happen is you will start from right hand side. You can see this 0. So basically when you convert from binary to decimal, so it would be like 0 into 2 to the power 0 plus 1 into 2 to the power 1 plus 0 into 2 raised to 2. So you can see how it's going. You started from right hand side. Okay. So you are taking the power of 2 at a time. So initially the power of 2 will be 0. So 0 into 2 raised to 0 plus 1 into 2 raised to 1 plus 0 into 2 raised to 2. So this is how you will proceed until you get this last one. Okay. So that is the way to convert from simple binary to decimal. You don't have to program it, right? You just have to do it using your pen and paper. Okay. So this is the way how you can do it. Anyone know any other way apart from Nishant? Okay, fine. So you can check it like if it is 101. Let's take this example. So what will be answer? 1 into 2 raised to 0, that will be 1, plus 0 into 2 raised to 1, so that would be 0, plus 1 into 2 raised to 2, that would be 4. So this will be equals to 5 when you convert a binary number to decimal. Okay, 1045. Now what if you have to do exact opposite? How will you convert decimal to binary? Anyone?
सर 2 की मैक्सिमम पावर जो पॉसिबल है उससे डिवाइड करने के, फिर जो रिमाइंडर बचेगा उसको जो 2 की उसके लेस वाली पावर पॉसिबल है उससे डिवाइड करते जाएंगे, और जब तक पूरा नहीं हो जाता तब तक करते जाएंगे.
हाँ. So it's basically पहले we will divide 5 by 2. Okay. So what will be the divisor? So that is be 4. So basically the remainder would be 1, 2 raised to 2, 4. Okay. So the divisor here is 2 basically. Then it will go like this. Okay. So when 2 is divided by 2, remainder is 0 and then quotient is 1. And you will take this from downwards 1 0 1. From here 1, then this 0, then 1. So you are taking it bottom up way. So you just have to divide the number by 2. Okay. Then you put remainder at the right side and then again do it until you get 1. Okay. In the divisor. And while taking its binary, take it from bottom up, in bottom up fashion. Like first this one, then this one, then this one, 1 0 1. So this is how you will convert to decimal to binary. So do it for like 9. Tell me what would be its binary number for 9.
One zero zero one.
Okay. So it's simple. You just have to do it in the similar fashion, like I did it for 5. Okay. So it's simple mathematics also. You will get to learn it in mathematics also. It's not specific to computer programming. I don't know why it's been given to you here. Basically, they want you to learn number system, but it is more of like mathematics part. Okay, so don't get too much indulged in this part. Okay, the important is to program it, but yeah, you have to do it right. So 492 octal. Okay, so how will you convert a basically a decimal to octal?
सर 8 की पावर लगा देंगे 2 की जगह.
Exactly. So while you are like converting it from decimal to binary, you are dividing it by 2. Now when you will do it with octal, you will divide it by 8. Okay, simple thing. So what will happen? Like solve it for 4. Tell me what would be the octal number for 490. So you can see what would be its octal number. The octal for 490.
सर 752.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I think it's clear to how you are going to do number conversion, right? So don't just program it. Okay. You can see it in some textbook also. This conversion octal, then simply for hexadecimal it is 16. Okay. The way you convert it from binary to decimal, if you have been asked to convert it into, like, let's see, take this example, from octal to hexadecimal. So how will you convert it?
सर पहले
Hexadecimal
डेसिमल
is
में कर
basic.
लेंगे.
Sir, octal to decimal, फिर decimal to hexa.
Sir, octal to
Exactly.
binary, then binary to hexadecimal.
Yeah, then you can do it either way. Okay, from decimal, then decimal to hexadecimal, or binary to hexadecimal. Okay. So you get the gist that how we are going to proceed this for this question. Okay, so anyone who wants to ask anything in particular in this number system conversion, they can raise their hand and ask. Okay, so nobody. So I think it's clear to you, and try to do it on yourself only because it is mathematics. It's not more related to computer science. Okay, so I think we should proceed to other question. Check for prime. So if we are being we have studied prime number like from your 6-7 standard. What is prime number? So now you want to program it. You want a computer to tell if given a number that you have to tell it is a prime or not. Okay. So how are you going to program it? How are you going to code it? Tell me your ideas that now that you are thinking. If I just ask you to check for program.
We will run a for loop from I equals 1 to that number, and if the factor is more than 2, then that number is not a prime number. If the number of factors are 2, then that number is prime number.
So
Leaving
do
1.
you always have to check it from 1 to like that number?
No, until the moment we encounter the first extra factor.
Okay, fine. Okay. So
we can use
anyone
break
else?
after that.
Yeah, I got your idea. So when I told you about prime number, what is the first thing that came in your mind? Forget about program. Just tell me what is the first thing that came in your mind. Anyone? Nobody is answering. Have you studied for loop, while loop, any loop in your class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I think if I use for loop, it would be okay with you people, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when I told you to check if a number is prime number or not, so what is the basic definition of prime number? A number which is divisible by itself and 1. Okay. So if I have to check that 5 is a prime number or not, what will I do? I will check it by dividing it with 1. Yes, sorry, 1, not 1. For 2, it is divisible by 2. No. It is divisible by 3. No. It is divisible by 4. No. So obviously it is only divisible by 1 or 5. So that will make 5 a prime number. But when will you check for 8? Okay. Obviously every number is divisible by 1. So you will leave that part. You will check if 8 is divisible by 2. So 8 is divisible by 2, right? So when 8 is divisible by 2, so you can simply tell that this number is not a prime number since it is divisible by something that is not itself and 1. So that's the basic core concept you have to do in simplest way how you will check for prime number. So is it clear like how you're going to program it, or you want to ask anything in how to check for prime number?
Yes, sir.
Don't feel shy. Okay. If anyone has any doubt or who is thinking that everybody is getting it, I'm not getting it, don't feel shy. Okay. Because this lab session is for that only. Just unmute yourself and ask your doubt. Okay. We will solve it together here only. Okay, nobody. So shall I show it by coding it or I should leave it? Like how to check for primes?
Sir, it's okay. I don't think need help.
Okay, fine. So let's move to other example. Power of a number, right? So write a program to take two integer x and n as input and output x raised to n. So it's basically like if you have given 2 and 3. So basically 2 raised to 3, so it is 8. Okay. So it is again for a simple for loop program, right? You have to multiply 2 3 times. When it is 2 raised to 10, you have to multiply 2 by itself to 10 times. It is 1024. So it is the simplest example of for loop. So have you guys started some coding in using loops?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Excuse me,
So
sir.
let's see. Why not we do this? Yeah, Himanshu.
सर फोर्थ क्वेश्चन में वो पावर टर्म भी इंट्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं ना, जैसे मैट डॉट एच लाइब्रेरी में जाके और पावर टर्म
No,
इंट्रोड्यूस.
it's not library use करने के लिए थोड़ी दिया है कुछ. You have to implement this power function. Okay. There is already available POW power function, but you don't have to use that. It would be simple one line code then. Okay. So why not we do it here only? Everybody. I will also check that if you know for loop or not. It's a simple for loop program. Take two integer x and n as input and output x raised to n. So everybody please code it so that I can see if you know for loop or not. And we can check for doubts also.
So should I share my screen?
Yeah. Anyone who has done it, share your screen. So Take 2 and 10 as input. Cool. Yeah, it is working fine. Anyone else? Yeah, you can show your screen, Roshan. Show me your program only. Yeah, it is correct. You can unshare it. So those of you who has done can raise their hands. Okay. Let's give others some time also. Okay, you can lower your hand. Arjun Agrawal. Arjun Agarwal. Varun Mangla. What is the progress? Okay, Ayank has done it. Varun Mangla, can you hear
Sir,
me?
can I share my screen?
Yeah, share it.
Is it visible, sir?
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Sir, do we
Yeah.
have to include prompts in our codes also? Like this, enter the base number and enter its exponent.
Like writing enter the base, enter the exponent. That's what you are asking.
Yes, sir. Do we have to include those in our codes?
No, it's not necessary. It's just that it is more clear. If you are just a simple user, okay, then if it is written enter the base, enter the exponent, so it is easier to understand. But here you are coding it for yourself only, so it's no problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Varun Mangla, Saksham Singh, Ekant Yadav. Can you guys hear me? Whatever progress you have made, show me, or if you're not able to do it, you can also say that. There's no issue.
Which question?
Yeah, Saksham.
So the exponent question?
You want me to show the question?
No, so you were asking ki we have to show you the code, so I'm asking for which question.
This exponent question, right? That's what everybody is doing.
Yes, sir, I've done.
Okay. You can share your screen.
Just a minute. So this is what I wrote.
Okay, so you have taken those different cases as well. Okay, fine. That's good. You can unshare your screen. Okay, so anyone who is not able to do it. So I guess everybody is okay with for loops right now. Or you can say it. I will show you how for loop works. Okay, cool. So this fifth question is about area of shapes. So basically you have to take user input. Like first input would be if C for circle, R for rectangle,
सर
T
स्क्रीन
for
आपको फिर
triangle.
से शेयर करनी होगी वो अनशेयर हो गई
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Now it's okay? Yeah. Okay. So basically area of circle, rectangle and triangle. You have to take first input, that would be C, R or T. Okay. And then you know the formula of circle, like pi r square. Then rectangle also length into breadth. Then for triangle also 1 by 2 L and h. So it's basically a simple formula put in question. Okay, like one of the question we did in the last lab. Okay, so I think you would be able to do it. Only thing you need to consider is let me tell you. Just take care of the float values. Okay. Like if say what would be the value of x? In this question, what would be the value of x?
0.
0. Okay.
0.
Okay.
0.
So, but it should have been 4.5, right? 9 by 2. So, what change would you like to make it 4.5? Or maybe Yeah, that is 0. That is fine. So can be 0, right? Even if it's integer, 9 by 2 should come as okay. If it was float, then 9 by 2 would have come as 4.5, right? If so, what change would you like to make here to correct it?
We can either
Anyone has any?
write 0 by 2 into 9 or float of 1 by 2 into 9. We can typecast.
Okay. Yeah. So see why is it happening here? Because you can see 1 by 2 into 9. So since division operator has greater precedence, sorry, and since it is 1 by 2, so it will simply be 0, and 0 into 9 is 0. So what should be the change that you make here? You can simply convert typecast into float, or you just can simply 2.0. Okay, that would work fine. 1 by 2.0 into 9, so that will make it work, right? So if one of the thing is float, like if even if numerator or denominator, then this fraction will work correctly. Okay, so you just have to take care of this float thing only while calculating the area. Else everything is like you have to put the formula for circle, rectangle, and triangle. And yeah, so anyone who has any doubt in area of shapes? Okay, no one. Let's move it now. This Fibonacci number. So this was the concept introduced in like Fibonacci number. Okay, so first let me tell you what Fibonacci number is. Fibonacci is a series basically. You can see here like fn equals to f of n minus 1 plus f of n minus 2. So if the f of 0 is 0, so basically the first term is 0, the second term is 1. So any new term is basically sum of the previous two terms. So like the next term would be 0 plus 1, that would be 1. The next term would be 0, 1 plus 1, that would be 2. Then the next term would be 3, then 5. So this is called Fibonacci series. Okay. So there are many ways to do it. Okay, one of the ways simply like consider the last two number. Yeah.
Sir, I had a doubt
Yeah,
in the last question. Sir, how would we compare the strings in the last question? Like if we write C, we need to calculate the area of the circle.
Yeah.
Sir, so how would we compare
In
the
this question.
character? In the
Yeah.
fifth question, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if
Okay.
the input is C, how would we ensure that the area is calculated for circle?
Your voice was breaking, so can you please say it again?
Sir, am I audible now? Hello.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah. Sir, so how would we, if the input is C, then how would we ensure that the computer calculates for the circle? Like how would we compare the string?
It's simply a character, right? C is a character, R is a character, T is a character. You know about if-else statement. You have done
Yes,
some
sir.
program. Okay, so you
Yes, sir.
take a character as an input from user and just use equals operator. This operator you see, this one. These are conditional operator, equals. So if you have to compare two things, okay. So like
Sir,
if
so
I
that
say,
works for characters as well.
yeah, it works for everything.
Oh, okay, sir. That's fine.
Okay, so simply int a equals to 2, b equals to 2. So you can simply put if a equals to b, then so just make some comparison here if and put whatever code you want to do in that if statement and use if else to solve it. So
okay.
Is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay, so we have Fibonacci series, right? So basically it was 8. So how will you solve it? Like if I say you that find the next Fibonacci number. Okay, so for that you have to know what are the previous two numbers, right? If I ask you that what would be the next Fibonacci number in this series, then to solve that you have to keep track of only two things. What is the number before it and the number second before it, like 5 and then 8. Okay, so in this question you have to print any n, could be anything, nth Fibonacci number. So just take two input, okay, uh, like just take two variables and maintain it, those are last and second last. Okay, and while calculating any new next Fibonacci number, keep track of that and update those number every time. Okay, so that last two number are updated and that will help you to calculate the next number. So in a simple for loop you can do it. Okay, the nth number. You have any doubt, or if you want me to show it how it's done or anything in Fibonacci number? If Fibonacci number is not clear to you, you can tell. Anyone? Okay, so I think you all guys can code it. It's simple for loop. Now this next is factorial of a number. Okay, so everybody know what a factorial is, right? Everybody must have read it in mathematics. So now in computer you have to program it. Like if I tell you find factorial of a number, okay, so you will simply just take input as n and it should output the factorial number. So if you can say, if I give you a number, how are you going to calculate its factorial? Maybe someone can tell like basic idea what would be used.
So using for loop.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see many of the questions given in this assignment 2 is basically for so that you people get used to for loop. How for loop works. You can use while loop, for loop, or any loop you feel yourself. But the basic these are very basic program and they all want you to learn how to use a for loop. So the main whatever the program, try to do using loop. Maybe if you know for loop already, try to do it using while loop so that you get to know about every loop how it works. Okay, so it is a simple program, like you have to multiply it by number to any number by number less than 1, or simply decrement that number every time and carry on the multiplication and take a for loop from 1 to n. So anyone who has doubt in factorial of a number program, like how it would be calculated? Okay, so why not we do a simple program, like maybe the program is like, if I give you a number n, then you have to print the uh, even number from 1 to that number. So you can do it right now. If I give you, you have to take a number as an input and you have to print all the even number from 1 to that number. That is my question. Okay, it's not related to assignment, so maybe you can do it right now. Everyone got what the question is, or maybe I should write it.
Sir, can you repeat the question?
I'm writing it. You can maybe see that. Okay, so can you see the question?
Yes.
So everybody, please code it. Okay, and do it using while loop. You don't have to use for loop.
So I've done.
Certain.
Done.
Okay, so those of you who have done it can raise their hands. Okay, fine. You can lower your hand. Maybe somebody could show me. Neeraj Sharma. You want to share your screen? Yeah, you can lower your hand now. Neeraj Sharma. Show me your program, everyone.
My screen is being shared.
No, I cannot see the screen.
Sir, can you see it now?
No, I'm not able to see it. Maybe
Sir, I can see it.
someone else.
I can
type
also see it.
if they are able to share your screen. Oh, so I think there's some internet issues from my side. Wait. Yeah, I can see your screen right now. It's lagging. Wait for a Yeah, Neeraj. Now share your screen.
Sir, I've shared my screen already. Am I audible?
I am not able to see it still. Can you hear me?
So now can you see it?
Cannot hear you, Neeraj.
Is anyone else able to hear me?
Yeah, we
सुन
can
रहा
hear
है.
you and screen.
Yeah,
भी-
now you are audible. I think it's lagging from my side. Wait. Yeah, now share your screen. I can see it. I have joined it from my phone. There's some internet issue. Yeah.
So the screen is currently being shared. Should I stop sharing and share it again?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right now, it's not being shared, right?
Okay, I'll share it again.
Yeah, now I can see it. Wait. But input you have taken is 37 and it's getting printed to 38. compile it first. Simple GCC, not .gc. Okay, fine. So you can stop sharing your screen. Anyone else who wants to show their program?
सर मैंने दूसरा हाँ एडिट
सर मैंने
आर
स्क्रीन
आर
शेयर कर दिया, दिखती है मेरी स्क्रीन? हेलो
हाँ 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 आयुष दिख रही है तुम्हारी.
Yeah, it is correct.
ओके सर.
Okay. Let's check for one more program. Anyone else?
Yes, sir, I'll share.
No, not factorial program.
So
The
which
question
one?
that I gave you.
Oh,
So should I share?
Yeah, you can share. Run for some input 35.
Sir, is it alright?
Yeah, it's working fine. Oh, okay. You can stop sharing. Okay, so I guess loops are clear to you. So anyone who has any doubt in this question?
Arjun Agarwal, you have any doubt? Arjun Agarwal?
Okay, fine. So, now this is the some last program like LeapA. So the simple logic is you have to use modulo operator to check if it is raised by 4 or then you can check if it is century year. So for century year you how will you check for century year? Anyone?
सर अगर सेंचुरी ईयर में 400 से डिविजिबल होता तो फिर लीप ईयर होता है वरना नहीं होता.
Fine. Yeah. So you have to check for that condition. Okay. Simple if else program. You don't have to use loop in this question. Now this multiplication table. So it's again a loop question. You have to take a loop from 1 to 10 and just keep multiplying the given number by 1, then 2, then 3 till 10. So, so I think you'll be able to do it. So anyone who has any doubt regarding this assignment? How many of you have started it already? Okay. So everyone else also just start on this assignment. Or maybe a few weeks after you will have your minor or something, sir would announce that. So before that, you should be able to. So before that, you will be able to understand everything loop and thing. And don't just try to write it on code. Also try to write it on pen and paper also, so that you can like think on the copy. You have your pen, you have your paper, just try to think whatever you can think given a question and then code it. Don't just go on the terminal and open the C file and then you are thinking and coding at the same time. Don't do that. Whatever question is being given to you, just try to solve it on paper only and then simply code that out. That would be the correct way to start your programming. Okay. So anyone else who wants to ask anything?
Sir, in the exam, will you have questions like questions 1 and 2, like we have to write on paper?
Yeah, you have to write on paper. Or no, I think yeah, you will have to write on paper without writing a program. So maybe it could be also you have to type it. Just simply tell U with WZ. So that would be cleared on Piazza. Okay, like if you have to upload it, like write it on paper and then upload it, or simply in a text file. Just you can type your answers. Okay, so it will be cleared on Piazza maybe. I will check it. Okay. What is the submission format for this question? No, they have to be handwritten answer. You can see the submission logistic. They have to be handwritten answer. Scan your answer for this question and convert into PDF format. Okay, so you have to write on paper only and then convert it into a PDF. Okay, that's how will you submit for the question for which you don't have to write a program. Okay. So if there's anything else you can tell, or we are good to leave.
I guess sir we are good to leave.
एक्सक्यूज मी
So
सर,
yeah,
सर वो लैब क्विज जो होंगी वो अनाउंस्ड होंगी या सरप्राइज होंगी? मतलब जैसे आप अभी बीच में बोल देते हो कि ये प्रोग्राम बनाओ, तो वैसे होंगी या बता के होंगी?
नहीं आई गेस बता कर होंगी ये तो। मैं तो इसके मैं कोई वो नहीं करता हूँ, तुम्हारा मार्किंग नहीं करता हूँ। इट्स जस्ट फॉर टू चेक इफ यू आर डूइंग इट राइट और नॉट। बता
Yes.
कर, सरप्राइज नहीं है।
ओके सर।
So I guess we are good. Okay, if you have any question, ask it on Piazza. Okay, so see you next week.
Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.